This Saturday, Aries, those brunch plans are ambitious, aren't they? You'll surface around midday, blinking at the sunlight like a mole that's won the lottery. You'll calculate exactly how much time you have to become a functioning human being. Your Doomscope object is a soggy cereal flake, abandoned in a bowl, much like your Saturday morning motivation. This afternoon, socializing will be an experience. Expect to find yourself deep in conversation, animatedly explaining the plot of a show nobody's seen, whilst wearing one welly boot and one crack. By 3 p.m. you'll have decided your life is a sitcom. You are the lovable idiot. Tonight, cooking is strictly forbidden. Ordering in is not failure, it's self-care. Settle in for an evening of competitive streaming, silently judging other people's choices. You'll scroll through TikTok until the birds start chirping, wondering if everyone else's highlight reel is actual reality. The moon is currently interfering with the TV remote. And the stars have spoken. Advice: resist the urge to buy that inflatable T-Rex costume. You'll regret it. Probably. Saturday the 9th of May, wakey, sleepy Taurus. You had great plans, didn't you? Up at Sparrow's Fart for a run. Instead, you're currently negotiating with your eyelids. Brunch was destined to be virtuous avocado toast. Reality: a rogue Jamie Dodger army was discovered in the cupboard. Coffee count: nearing dangerous levels. Midday, the supermarket. That shopping list you carefully crafted? Utterly pointless. You went in for milk and bread, and came out with fancy olives you'll never eat, and crisps shaped like space invaders. You've no idea why either. Evening, dinner? Oh, bless. That ship sailed hours ago. Settle in, my friend, because you're now strangely invested in a documentary about competitive vegetable carving. The sofa cushions are starting to resemble your bottom. It's all downhill from here. Advice: just because you can rewatch all of Friends, doesn't mean you should. Saturday the 9th of May, Gemini. Those weekend lie-ines. A distant memory. You dreamt of avocado toast, but woke up closer to ready salted crisps for breakfast. By lunchtime, you will be 37 minutes deep into comparing storage solutions on Amazon. Your Doomscope vegetable, that kohlrabi, it is still showing off, like the bloke who always gets the trivia questions right down the pub. Venus has a vendetta. That quick trip to the shops will cost you 70 quid because you bought things you saw in an influencer's grid. At precisely 2:47 p.m, you will have a sudden urge to reorganize your Tupperware drawer and will spend the next hour matching lids. Come evening, any hopes of a sophisticated night out will dissolve quicker than an ice cube in a lukewarm gin and tonic. Prepare to mainline box sets until you resemble a sofa cushion. The cosmos raises an eyebrow at your choice of late-night snack, again. Advice: embrace the chaos. Get a bigger telly. Saturday the 9th of May finds Cancer operating on fumes. The plan? Eggs Benedict. The reality? An existential crisis over whether instant coffee actually counts as coffee. The kitchen roll will be used as a microphone to belt out "Man, I feel like a woman" before 11s. How very rock and roll. The afternoon energy is less weekend wanderlust and more lost remote control. Shopping? Not a chance. You will spend 3 glorious hours curating the perfect Saturday vibes playlist only to listen to the same 3 bangers on repeat. That text from 2023 is beckoning like a second helping of trifle. Ignore it. Evening arrives with the crushing weight of too many streaming options and a fridge full of condiments but nothing edible. Cooking is strictly forbidden. Order enough takeaway to feed a small army and then moan about needing new pajamas. Advice: that argument from 24? Let it go. Seriously. Saturday dawns, and by dawns, I mean you'll crack an eyelid around midday, squinting at the daylight like it owes you money. A full 15 minutes will be spent negotiating with your duvet before the inevitable Instagram stories update. Coffee is essential, obviously. If the barista dares to present anything other than a perfect swan in the foam, request a refund. Politely. Maybe. Venus continues its reign of terror in your wardrobe. You'll spend a solid hour deciding if those sequined trousers are too much for popping to the corner shop. The Doomscope animal today is a troll living under bridges of conversation, as likely to take a hint as a cat is to do taxes. By mid-afternoon, horizontal is your default setting. The ultimate Netflix binge commences, with only the slightest twinge of guilt. Friends suggested a walk. Charming. You considered pretending you hadn't seen the message. The stars are absolutely on board with that plan, by the way. It's practically written in the constellations. Advice: Leo, the phrase "treat yourself" should not be your mantra for the weekend. Or weekdays, for that matter. Morning, Virgo. Awake already? Midnight doom scrolling again, were we? Saw someone on TikTok organizing their spice rack alphabetically and now you're up before sunrise. You'll be pacing the kitchen, meticulously measuring out coffee beans like you're trying to solve a physics equation. Energy levels? Somewhere between a startled tortoise and a damp teabag. Venus suggests an aggressive horizontal lounging session. Strategically map the sofa to optimize biscuit access. A friend might suggest fresh air. The planets advise against it. Far better to embark on a 3-hour deep dive into true crime documentaries, pausing only to loudly speculate on the victim's terrible decision-making. Evening arrives, and Mercury's got you pinned. Your streaming choices are adventurous. 12 solid hours of competitive ferret grooming? Even you're questioning your life choices. But ordering that curry is justified. Attempting anything more ambitious than beans on toast risks setting off the smoke alarm and annoying next door. Advice: stop overthinking joy. The cosmos is having a word. Saturday the 9th of May. Right, let's be honest, the only great things are still horizontal. The universe suggests a morning of peak relaxation, by which it means you'll manage to transfer from bed to sofa without actually waking up. The waning moon. It's judging your collection of half-finished biscuits. Get ready for a day of strategic napping and advanced remote control techniques. By midday, brunch chat will reign. You will declare total apathy regarding location, whilst simultaneously crafting a mental spreadsheet of pros and cons for each cafe, factoring in lighting, noise levels, and Instagrammability. You know it, we know it. Your resting face is basically Basil Fawlty. Evening. Absolutely no cooking. You're ordering a takeaway based solely on the picture on the menu. Tonight, you'll find yourself strangely invested in competitive cheese sculpting. Your doomscope animal today is a chipmunk hoarding snacks for emotional support, whose willpower is weaker than yours deciding between 2 shades of beige paint. Doom scrolling is inevitable. Advice: just pick a bloomin' restaurant, Libra. The longer you deliberate, the higher the chance you'll accidentally buy a matching tracksuit for you and the cat. Saturday dawns. Well, eventually. 11:37 a.m., officially brunch time, but you already know everyone's business from last night. That innocent scroll through Instagram turns into a full-blown digital audit of your neighbor's holiday photos from 2019. How did she afford the Maldives? This afternoon, resist the urge to offer unsolicited life advice. Your tolerance for drama is currently lower than a limbo dancer's bar. Instead, dedicate yourself to mastering the art of absolutely nothing. Competitive napping, perhaps? Points awarded for strategic pillow placement and minimal snoring. Tonight, your quest for culinary perfection, a cheese toasty, say, ends in a spectacular cheesy inferno. The fire alarm is judging you. TikTok thinks your aesthetic is existential dread meets burnt offerings. The takeaway menu is winking suggestively. Pizza it is. Advice: stop refreshing right move. The cosmos suggests embracing the chaos, for now. Saturday the 9th of May begins with a quest for the holy grail of caffeine. Your doomscope animal today is a sphinx asking questions they don't know the answers to, much like when you try to explain NFTs to your dog. Expect at least 4 attempts to escape the duvet before midday, each foiled by gravity. This afternoon, the sofa exerts an irresistible force, like a black hole for remote controls and biscuits. That documentary about competitive cheese rolling? You'll become strangely invested. Mars retrograde is having a laugh at your expense. You'll text a friend be there in 5 from under a mountain of cushions. Blame engineering works. Or Belgium. They'll never know. Evening involves ordering enough takeaway to satisfy a small army. Streaming services are your accomplice until precisely 3:17 a.m. when the big questions hit you harder than a rogue cheese wheel. Someone from 2022 will DM you with the grace of a dial-up modem. Resist the urge to reply. And the stars have spoken. Advice: your optimism is frankly adorable. Now aim 4 didn't set the house on fire. This Saturday, you'll spring awake feeling like you've already run a marathon, backwards. Your brain's first thought will be a deeply held need to organize the Tupperware drawer. NASA confirms Mars is turning your brain into a tumble dryer full of odd socks. This afternoon, attempts at relaxation will resemble a hostage negotiation with your own guilt. You'll spend 42 minutes strategically avoiding the washing up, whilst perfecting the art of sofa camouflage. A friend will text suggesting a spontaneous pub lunch, and you'll mentally reschedule it for the coronation of King Charles the 12th. By evening, you'll be scrolling through streaming services, a choice paralysis of epic proportions. This will, naturally, lead to rewatching that baking competition where someone makes a cake shaped like the M1 motorway. Later, you find profound comfort in doom-scrolling LinkedIn, contemplating an imaginary career change. Advice: embrace the chaos, Capricorn, but not with the fervor of a toddler wielding a glitter cannon. Aquarius, Saturday. Your ambition to be vertical before midday is frankly adorable. Mars is doing a Benny Hill sketch with your alarm clock, making it sound like a robot chicken having a breakdown. Your doomscope animal today is a dodo making extinct decisions, so, basically, you choosing what box set to start at 11 a.m. You'll achieve peak horizontal comfort by 2 p.m., melded to the sofa like a long-lost cushion. This afternoon, retail therapy whispers sweet nothings. You'll find yourself strangely drawn to that pineapple-shaped ice bucket. You don't need it, but does anyone really need a pineapple ice bucket? Venus is merely side-eyeing you but not judging. You'll spend a solid 23 minutes debating its potential as a hat stand with the cat, who frankly, has seen better days. Evening descends with the grace of someone attempting a roly-poly after 3 Proseccos. The stars have spoken. Loudly. Advice: stop pretending a documentary about deep-sea diving is more exciting than Married at First Sight, Aquarius. The dodo understands your pain. Saturday, May 9th, Pisces, dawns with the kind of energy usually found in a week-old balloon. Brunch. Optimistically penciled in, but highly likely to be replaced by staring blankly at the fridge, wondering if cheese strings constitute a balanced meal. Before 11's, you'll check your phone 63 times, desperately hoping someone else cancels their plans first. Venus is currently staging an intervention regarding your online shopping. The algorithm knows you're one click away from owning that sequined avocado toast maker. Your quest for self-care peaks at precisely 3:17 p.m. with the internal debate: bake a banana bread, or rewatch season 3 of Bake Off? Your standards for entertainment are currently lower than a garden gnome's. You'll spend at least half an hour choosing a film on Netflix, only to decide that the remote is too far away. Dusk brings the realization that you've achieved absolutely nothing today, and yet feel like you've run a marathon. And the stars have observed. They're not judging. Just mildly concerned. Advice: stop romanticizing your own suffering. Embrace the chaos, you magnificent sofa slug.